In this video, I'm going to show you a simple but powerful automation where you will enter topics into a Google Sheet and it will use the power of Perplexity AI to automatically research those topics, populate the results into this Google Sheet, and then provide sources into a separate column. As I'm recording this, Perplexity only very recently brought out the sources feature within the API. Previously, there were a lot of hallucinations within the main results, whereas now we get a separate data set of sources for your results, which is far better, and that's going to really improve the output. So keep that in mind as I'm going through this. We're going to build out this automation step by step, but if you want to import this blueprint at the click of a button, along with all of our other automation templates, then check out the link in the description. You'll also get access to all of our courses, pro level support, and weekly workshops. First off, we're going to need to go to Google Sheets and select Watch New Rows. You can search by path. I'm just going to enter that manually based on the URL at the top. So the Google Sheets have the ID directly within the URL. I'm just going to paste that in. Sheet name is going to be Sheet 1. Table contains headers. Right now, I'm going to limit that to 1 at a time. Then next up, we're going to need to add Perplexity and create a chat completion. If you're doing this first time round, you need to select Add, and then go to Perplexity AI and create an account. You need to load some credit into your account and then go to the API settings at the top and then copy out this API key that you see at the bottom. From there, just paste that in here, click save, and then you should get a connection set up right away. There are a bunch of different models you can use. For online research, you should use ones where you see this online option. I'm going to select large online to start with, and then the role of this will be user and then topics. Every time this Google Sheet is run, it's going to pass that to Perplexity and then pass in the topic that we've provided. We'll just add in a simple prompt here: research facts, figures, provide relevant facts, figures, and sources. Facts, figures, and sources. Topics, and then max tokens. You can leave everything else blank. We work from there, and then add another module. So then in Google Sheets, we will then update a row. So we want to update that existing row. We're going to select the exact same sheet as we did earlier. So just copy that in. Again, I just find it quicker to use these IDs. Sheet name is just select the sheet from the first module. Row number, just select the row number from the first module. Column range A to Z. So we want to update column B, the field in column B. So go to choices, message, content role, delta. Okay, so we're not actually seeing anything here. It's better to just send in a chat completion first off, and then we'll be able to actually see the data that we can work with. So the topic will be AI in the workforce. Click OK, and then we'll just wait for a result. Excellent. So we now have a response of the message, as well as a list of sources, list of citations. So then click save, save anyway. We may need to refresh the page in order to actually see that updated data. So I need to enter that manually again, unfortunately. Could be a bug in the interface. So I'll select sheet, row number, column range A to Z. Right. So for B, we want to go to choices, message, and content. So that would be the response from Perplexity right here. Next up, we want to provide the citations, which is here. Now there is an issue here that the citations is actually an array. So how do we get that into one single field? If we try to select this, it will just try to provide an object. I believe we can just join those together. Select this join. So this concatenates all items of array into a string. What we do is we go back, we select this citations and select that. And then for the separator, so for each of those items, each of the item sources, we then want to select a new line to then separate each of those and then put it into one string, which is one item of text. And select OK. We'll then try to test that end to end. So the AI in the workforce. Okay, we'll select run once. It's picked up AI in the workforce, row number 2. So this is exactly what we want. Now we're just going to wait for Perplexity AI to respond. And by the way, it's really cheap to run this. So every call is maybe like a cent or even less than that. So let's see, the response is looking good. I think this looks good. So I will check the sheet and there we go. We've correctly split those so it showed up in one. And then we have this showing up. Right, we can zoom out a bit and increase that size a bit, decrease that. We can select all of these and drag like so. And then all of those rows will be the same size. Then double click that so that the top row is much shorter. So every time you add in something new, then that's what you'll see. As I'm recording this video, Perplexity only actually made these citations available publicly in their API only about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. So This greatly improves the quality of the output because we get much more accurate sources. Previously, there were a lot of hallucinations from Perplexity, so this is a very good thing. Now you can either set this to run on a schedule or use instant triggers so that every time you add in a new row or every time you update a status, then it will trigger this scenario. We have a separate video on how to do that, so check out the link in the description for that. If you want to get way ahead in your automation journey, then check out the link to our community in the description, where you'll get access to all of these courses, all of our automation templates. We've got an active community where you can join our live workshops and get questions answered straight away. And we've got new content coming constantly to really keep you up to date.